If I say Nigeria does not wear a Nigerian out, then I lie to myself. My people, it is time to talk truthfully, seriously again. This their PFIPC scandal. God, it's just annoying. This is not confusion. This is an insult to Nigerians. I am not, and everyone knows that I will not whisper. But you see this one, I won't even be diplomatic. I won't even say anything in a low voice. I am not going to polish words for people who have shown Nigerians nothing but contempt. Because what is unfolding around this, their so-called Presidential Foreign Intervention Promotion Council, big words like fills the mouth. Presidential Foreign Intervention Promotion Council, PFIPC, is not just a scandal. It is an insult, a huge slap across the face of every Nigerian. This is absolute disdain. It is another dirty finger pressing into the open wound of a country already bleeding from hunger, insecurity, inflation, unemployment, and hopelessness. And the most painful part of this, they still think Nigerians are fools. They still think we are too tired to ask questions. Not people like me, I will ask the questions. They still think we are too hungry to demand answers. A hungry man is an angry man, and this time we're demanding answers. They still think they can throw one press statement into the air and everybody will go home. No, not this time. Those press statements won't make cut it this time. Okay, so the office of the Chief of Staff to the President came out and said PFIPC does not exist. They told Nigerians that Praise Adeyemi was not appointed under any such body. They warned embassies, financial institutions, development partners, and the public to disregard him. Everybody, just disregard him. Okay, fine. But now the question is this. If PFIPC does not exist, how did it reportedly find its way into the 2026 national budget? How? Who carried the ghost into the budget? Who opened the door? Who gave it a seat? Who gave it personnel costs? Who gave it overhead costs? Who gave it capital expenditure? Who dressed this ghost in official clothing and walked it through the corridors of government? Because a national budget is not a market list. No, it's not like a woman going to buy ingredients for okazi soup. No, now. It is not something written at the back of an envelope in one beer parlor in Abuja, or like students will do anything you find, any piece of paper, including tissue paper. No! A national budget passes through the presidency. It passes through the budget office. It passes through ministries and departments. It passes through the National Assembly. It passes through committees. It passes through lawmakers who collect salaries and allowances for public funds. It passes through review. It passes through approval. And finally, it lands on the president's table. So if a non-existent agency appeared there, then we are not dealing with a clerical error. We are dealing with a national disgrace. Shame. We are dealing with possible budget fraud, budgetary banditry. We are dealing with either criminal negligence or criminal conspiracy. And whichever one it is, somebody must answer. Nigerians are tired of this madness. Everyday citizens are told to tighten their belts. Why the people in power are losing theirs? We've just been told by the First Lady to learn to fry akara and roasted corn. I mean, like, I just bought my own frying pan. Everyday Nigerians are told there is no money for hospitals, no money for schools, no money for roads, no money for security, no money for jobs, no money for the poor, no money for pensioners, no money for anyone, no money for the young roaming the streets with certificates that have become decorations in their parents' homes. But somehow, there is always money for mystery, money for ghost projects, ghost agencies, ghost offices, ghost workers, money for nonsense wrapped in official grammar. And when Nigerians ask questions, they say, move on. Move on. Move on to where? Move on with whose money? Move on from whose suffering? You cannot ask a hungry man to move on from suspected looting. You cannot ask citizens who cannot buy food to ignore billions moving around in the name of agencies that government now says does not exist. You cannot use public money like family inheritance and expect silence. No, sir, we will not be silent. This country is not your private sitting room. Nigeria does not belong to any cabal, even though they say there is a cabal. Until the cabal can boldly come out and identify itself before Nigerians as cabal, they do not exist. Nigeria does not belong to any chief of staff, no matter the title of that office. Nigeria does not belong to any inner circle. Nigeria belongs to Nigerians. And the earlier those in offices know that, the better for them. And Nigerians deserve the truth. As for Prince Adeyemi, he has come out swinging. He is not whispering. He's not begging at all. He's not hiding. He is saying, investigate the matter. And I agree with him. He alleges that this so-called non-existent agency had official connections. He alleges that there were CBN accounts. CBN. There were CBN accounts. He alleges that there were office spaces in the secretariat. He alleges that staff were appointed and approved. He alleged that there were communications. He alleges that institutions engaged with this body. He alleges that the real quarrel began because of demands for 48% of a 27 billion naira takeoff grant. So there is somewhere else where people make these kinds of demands. I had thought it was something local. He alleges that his position was bought and paid for, and the buy money of 400 million was collected through a proxy. Nah. And I did do something for this country. He alleges intimidation. He alleges threats. He alleges that an intermediary died under circumstances he once investigated. Very heavy allegations. These are not childish allegations. These are heavy. And when allegations are this heavy, responsible governments do not hide behind disclaimers. Responsible governments do not play hide and seek, and responsible governments do not shout fake and run away. Responsible governments investigate. And that is what the man has asked for. Investigate. If Adeyemi is lying, expose him. If he forged documents, arrest him. If he impersonated the presidency, prosecute him. If he defrauded anyone, let him face the law. And if he is telling the truth, even if only half of what he is saying is true, then this scandal is bigger than one man. It means the wrath has climbed too high. It means the system is not just leaking. It means the roof has fallen in. Because how does a man allegedly operate under the banner of a presidential council, engage public institutions, appear in public-facing government-related spaces, and then suddenly when questions begin, everybody starts shouting, "We don't know him"? Really? Like, guys, you people are serious? What kind of government is this? Is Nigeria now a magical show? Do agencies appear in the morning and disappear in the evening? Do councils become legitimate when they are useful and fake when they become embarrassing? Do budget lines now enter public documents by spiritual attack? Who is fooling who? This is the kind of thing that destroys nations. Not only because money may have been involved, but because trust is involved. And once citizens can no longer trust the budget, they can no longer trust government. Once citizens begin to believe that ghost agencies can enter the national budget, then every line item becomes suspicious. Every project becomes suspicious. Every office becomes suspicious. Every denial becomes suspicious. Every presidential signature becomes suspicious. That is why this matter is dangerous. It is not just about PFIPC. It is about whether the Nigerian state still has a working conscience. It is about whether anybody is checking anything. It is about whether our lawmakers read what they approve. It is about whether the presidency knows who goes out in its name and what goes out in its name. It is about whether the budget office is awake. It is about whether the National Assembly is a parliament or a rubber stamp factory. Because if PFIPC does not exist but appeared in the budget, then the National Assembly must come out and explain itself. Did they see it? Did they ask questions? Did they invite anybody? Did they demand legal backing? Did they check whether the agency was created by law? Or did they simply pass the budget like people sharing Christmas rice? No. We have changed the things we want to share. Sharing akara and corn. Let us not pretend this is how Nigeria is being drained. They are draining this country. Not only by men with guns and forests, not only by thieves in creeks and illegal miners, not only by kidnappers on highways, Nigeria is also being robbed by signatures and offices, robbed by memos, robbed by approvals, robbed by budget lines, robbed by silence, robbed by officials who know how to speak plenty grammar and make no sense, while the country is being quietly butchered, and then they expect us to clap. Clap for who? Clap for wickedness and impunity? Is that what you want us to clap for? No! We will not clap for disgrace. We will not clap for confusion. We will not clap for institutional failure. This scandal must not be buried. And let me say this clearly. The Chief of Staff to the President, Right Honorable Femi Gbajabiamila, cannot remain comfortably in office while these allegations hang over the presidency like a dark cloud. He needs and must step aside. Not because a court has convicted him, not because allegations are automatically proof, but because the office he occupies is too sensitive for this kind of shadow. You cannot be mentioned in a matter involving a disputed presidential body, alleged budgetary entries, alleged money demands, alleged proxy payments, alleged intimidation, and then sit in the same powerful office as if nothing happened. That is not accountability. That is arrogance, impunity at its worst stage. So step aside, bro. Let the investigation breathe. Let the documents breathe. Let the witnesses breathe. Let the truth breathe. Because in Nigeria, powerful people do not need to shout before fear enters the room. Their office alone is enough. Their phone calls alone is enough. Their silence alone is enough. Their name alone can bend institutions. So, no serious investigations can happen while the same powerful office holder remains in his office untouched. The president must act. I pray he does know how to. President Bola Ahmed Tinubu must stop this from becoming another Nigerian scandal that enters the news on Monday and is buried by Friday. Another 2 weeks conversation on social media that dies without consequences. He must immediately set up an independent investigative panel. Not a panel of friends, not a panel of snakes investigating snakes, not a panel of loyalists designed to produce a soft landing. We need a credible panel with civil society, forensic auditors, anti-corruption agencies, budget experts, media representatives, and if necessary, international observers. The panel must answer the real questions. Who created PFIPC? Was it legally established? Who authorized its use? Who inserted it into the 2026 budget? You see that question? They need to answer it. Who prepared the budget lines? Who? Who approved the allocations? Who defended it? Who opened or attempted to open an account? Who authorized office space? Who approved staff? Who communicated with government agencies? Who gave Adeyemi access, authority, or recognition? Who collected the money? Who demanded money? Who benefited from the money? And who is lying to Nigerians? These questions need answers. The EFCC must not sleep on this. No. We're sick and tired of having very small petty thieves being dragged around. The ICPC must not pretend not to hear. The National Assembly must not hide. The Budget Office must not disappear. The Presidency must not insult Nigerians with silence. Everybody connected to this mess must be summoned. That's how you prove you are government of the people. Documents must be produced. Phones must be examined. Letters must be verified. Accounts must be traced. And yes, Nigeria knows how to do that. Signatures must be forensically reviewed. Approvals must be explained. And if any public officer is found culpable, that person must not be rewarded with another appointment. We have had people who robbed Nigerians sent abroad as ambassadors. This cannot be another like it. That person must not be quietly moved to another office. That person must not be protected by political friendship. That person must be prosecuted. Enough of this nonsense. Enough of treating Nigerians like a crime, Nigeria like a crime scene where the suspects are also the investigators. Laughable, isn't it? Enough of turning public office into a shield of shame. Enough. Enough of telling ordinary Nigerians to obey the law. Enough of turning public office into a shield for shame. Enough of telling ordinary Nigerians to obey the law while powerful people dance around accountability. A petty thief who steals Gary in the market can be beaten, paraded, arrested, and jailed. Yet, when billions are hidden inside budget documents, everybody suddenly becomes cautious. Everybody says, let us not rush. Rush? You rush to arrest the poor. You rush to demolish the poor man's shop. You rush to seize the poor woman's goods. You rush to drag young Nigerians for cybercrime. You rush when it comes to intimidating the poor. But when the scandal touches the high office, suddenly Nigeria becomes a country of due process and patience. Is due process and patience only required for the rich? What hypocrisy, what wickedness, what shame. This is why Nigerians are angry. Not because they hate government, no. But because government behaves as if it hates them and hates itself. How can people be suffering like this? And the people elected or appointed to serve them are busy creating confusion around billions of nairas and sometimes even of US dollars. How can mothers be pricing tomatoes like gold in the market while government officials are explaining how a ghost agency entered the national budget? How can young people be leaving the country in tears while mystery councils are allegedly finding their way into official records? Can communities like Mile be begging for boreholes, hospitals, teachers, security, and electricity? How? While Abuja is manufacturing agencies that later becomes unknown. This is not ordinary failure. This is cruelty. This is elite wickedness. This is governance without shame. And I want Nigerians to understand something. If we, the people, allow this one to pass, we have given them permission to do worse. If a denied agency can appear in a budget and nothing happens, then tomorrow 10 more will appear. If a scandal touching the presidency can be denied with one disclaimer, then tomorrow they will not even bother denying. And if the National Assembly can approve mystery allocations and face no consequences, then the budget will become a graveyard of ghost projects. And if citizens remain silent, silence will become their license. That is why civil societies must rise. The media must rise, lawyers must rise, accountants must rise, religious leaders must rise, traditional leaders must rise, students must rise, market women must rise, labor unions must rise. Every Nigerian who is tired of being robbed in official language must rise and demand answers. This is not partisan. This is not APC versus PDP. This is not North versus South. This is not tribe. This is not religion. This is public money. Our commonwealth as a nation. This is national integrity. This is the presidency of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. And when the presidency is dragged into a scandal like this, the whole country is stained. My name is Hilda Dokubo, and this is the Oracle. And this Oracle will continue to speak. My people, we are back with this annoying scandal. The scandal of the PFIPC. No more cover-ups. No. No more denial without evidence. No more we don't know him. We do not know him, cannot explain the budget how. No more mystery agencies, no more ghost allocations, no more powerful men hiding behind office doors, no more treating Nigerians like fools. The chief of staff should step aside. The president should order an independent investigation. The National Assembly should open a public hearing. The EFCC and the ICPC should trace every naira. The budget office should explain every budget line. All documents should be released. All actors should be questioned, and anyone found guilty should face prosecution. No apology, no resignation alone, no counterposting. They should face the law. Not political settlement, prosecution. Because Nigeria will not heal until powerful people begin to feel and fear consequences. Nigeria will not change until public office stops being a hiding place. Nigeria will not breathe until corruption is no longer treated as a family matter amongst the elites. Let the documents speak. Let the budget speak. Let the accounts speak. Let the signatures speak. Let the dead intermediary story be investigated. Let the alleged threats be investigated. Let the alleged money trail be investigated. Let the truth come out. Even if it embarrasses the highest office in the land. Because Nigeria is bigger than one man. Nigeria is bigger than one chief of staff. Nigeria is bigger than one presidency. Nigeria is bigger than any cabal. And since they do not agree that they are part of the cabal, Nigeria must be protected, and public money is not their father's inheritance and cannot be taken by them at will. Today, we're asking the questions they do not want to hear. Who exactly inserted PFIPC into the budget? Who approved it? Who protected it? Who denied it? Who collected it? Who benefited it? And who is lying to Nigerians? Because somebody is lying. And this time, Nigerians must not let that lie go unpunished. My name is Hilda Dokbo, and this is the Oracle. And this Oracle will continue to speak. There's something wrong. Be like say stop. Okay. Let me end it again. Let me just cut first. Why not?
Just wait.